Hello everyone. In this lecture we will start with ABAP OOPS. Now OOPS stand for Object Oriented Programming System. Now in case of OOPS we will always follow the bottom up approach. Means what we will do, we will divide the program into small things, then we will combine all those things. Now what are the major benefit of OOPS concept? The first benefit is our modularization. What is the meaning of modularization? Means we can divide the program into small things. Those small things are called as classes and objects. Now the major second benefit of OOPS concept is data security. In case of OOPS concept, we can make the data invisible or we can hide the data. The third major benefit of OOPS concept is that we can add the new functionality or we can add the new functions depends upon the requirements. So OOPS stands for Object Oriented Programming System. It always follows the bottom up approach. Means we can combine small things and we can make a big program with the help of small things. Now the major benefits of OOPS concept is that we can hide the data, we can divide the program into small classes and objects. Now the major benefit of is that we can add the new function depends upon the requirement. Now in OOPS concept we will firstly start with the definition of class. Now what is class? A class is a collection of objects. That object can be anything. That object can be method, that object can be attribute, that object can be any event. So a class is a collection of object. Now what is object? A object is an instance of the class, or a object is the part of the class. So a class is a collection of the objects. Now in SAP we have total two types of classes. Now we can divide the class into two categories: global class, local class. Now what is global class and what is local class? Global class are those classes which we can create with the help of transaction code SE24. These classes are stored in the class builder. We can use these classes anywhere. So global classes are those classes which we can create with the help of SE24 transaction code. Now what are local classes? Local classes are those which we can create in a small program, which we can create in a program. Those classes are local to that program only. That in other words we can say we can create the local classes and in any SE38 program. So global classes are those classes which are accessible anywhere and we can create with the help of SE24 transaction code. Or local classes are those which we can create and that is specific to one program only. Now before going on to detail of classes, we will move on to SE24 transaction code, which is the transaction code for the classes. Now this is the initial screen of the classes. Suppose I am giving some name to the class, as I am creating a customer specific object. So suppose I am giving the name of the class, suppose Z class, Z test class. Now I will click on this create button. It's already existing, so I am providing some different name. Now I will click on OK button. I am providing the description, suppose test. I am clicking on this save button. I am saving this class as a local object. Now these are the various parts of the classes. These are the various things of the classes. Now firstly what are attributes? Attributes, we can say any constant or any types which we are declared in class, that is called as the attribute of the class. If we are declaring any constant, if we are declaring any type, that is called as the attribute of the class. Now we have the second thing is the class is methods. Now methods are those. Now what are methods? Methods are those in which we will write the logic to provide some functionality by the class. If we talk about the method, it is similar to function module. So what is method? A method is some block of code or some block of logic which is used to provide some functionality. Now what are events? A event is a thing by which one class can trigger a method of another class. What is event? A event is one thing by which method of one class or by which method of one class can trigger a method of another class. Now what are interfaces? Now what are interfaces? Interfaces are always used for extending the class. One interface can be used in multiple classes. Now what are interface? Interface is always used to extend the logic of a class. Interface are always used for extending the logic of a class. Now we will come on to methods. Now whenever we are declaring some method, a method is always of two types: instance method, static method. Now what is instance method? A instance method is that method which if we are declaring any method as a instance method, whenever we want to call that method, we always call that method with the help of object. Means if you are declaring any method as a object, any method as the instance method, you can call that method by creating the object of that class. Now what is static method? A static method is that method which we can call without creating the object of the class. A method is of two types: instance method, static method. In case of instance method, we always have to create a object if you want to call this method. In case of static method, there is no need for the creation of the object. Now we will come on to visibility control. Now visibility control is of three types: public, protected and private. Now what is the meaning of these three terms? Public, protected and private. If we are declaring any method as a public method, means this method can be used within the class, in its subclasses and outside the class. If we are declaring any method as a public method, it means that method can be used inside the class, outside the class and it in subclasses also. If we are declaring any method as a protected method, it means that method can be used in that class, can be used in subclasses, but it cannot be used outside the classes. Now what is private method? If we are declaring any method as a private method, that method can be used in that class only, it cannot be used in subclasses or it cannot be used outside the classes. So visibility control is of three types: public, protected, private. Public means it can be used in that class, it can be used in subclasses, it can be used outside the classes. If we are declaring any method as a protected method, it means it can be used in that class, it can be used in subclasses, but it cannot used outside the classes. If you are declaring any method as a private method, it means it can be used in that class only, it cannot used in subclasses or it cannot be used outside the classes. Now rest part we will continue in the next lecture.